Hey guys, welcome to another video, and I just got back from Columbus, Ohio from the Tour Gaming Expo, and on my way home, I decided to stop at the local GameStop. Now, this wasn't a GameStop retro, but it did have a couple of retro games that you're seeing here, Alien vs. Predator Extinction. I remember that game was somewhat popular back on the PS2 and Xbox back in the day, but I decided not to pick it up because it is a strategy game, but I did pick up something I think might be pretty cool, so stay tuned at the end of the video to see what that is. But I'm looking around, like trying to get myself excited to see if I can find something cool. And I did notice there was a big stock, like in PS4 games. I guess a lot of people have traded some in. Maybe they're just preparing them for the holidays, because the holidays are here, and a lot of sales are going to be happening soon. Now, it was great to see a lot of PS4 games, because a lot of you guys know I collect for the PS4, even over the PS5 if there's like a PS4 edition of a certain game. But I feel like at this point, like I've gotten most of the games I wanted, so it was hard to find something here for that system. So I started looking at PS5 stuff, and I found out that Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered had come out, and I was like, great, man, I want to play this game again. Like, I want to see all the new enhancements on my PS5 system. So I go up to the counter and say, hi, do you have Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered? They look it up and say, no, you had to pre-order that game. Like, dang, really? Like, these type of titles, like, they expect pre-orders for? I thought they would just get some in stock or whatever like that. But this GameStop I went to is not your typical GameStop that's really, I guess, like, has a lot of traffic going through it. It's not like what you would say a mall store or whatever like that. A mall store will probably get, like, those type of games in without pre-ordering. And I guess I was expecting the same thing here, but, you know, I know times have changed when it comes to that stuff. Even so, it's sad to come into a store like this and just not have the game you want. You know, like, I just miss the excitement of the old GameStop where, you know, they had everything. But nowadays, pre-orders only. So it's kind of like just like you only go here if you're going to just pick something up that you know they have in stock for sure from an order. But of course, random shopping is fun as well. You never know what you might find at some of these stores. And I saw some pretty cool stuff here. You know, most of it I feel like I do already own. But it was pretty exciting. Like, I think about like somebody who has a smaller collection and they're looking for things, and there was plenty of stock here, which I was pretty impressed with. So I just want to say this, and I always say it in older videos too. If you're going to come to GameStop and you're looking for games on the cheap, or you want to build a collection for a certain system, I always recommend PS3 and PS4. Those systems I feel like GameStop is really trying to push out, but still it's good that they have this kind of stock here. But I feel like we're on the last legs for PS4 and especially PS3. But hey, I could be wrong, but still, those are good systems to start a collection for. A lot of great titles on those systems, and especially the PS3. You know, if you guys remember my Before They're Gone series, you'll know what to look for when it comes to certain games. Switch is a fun system to collect for too, and also the Nintendo Wii, as you saw, like briefly, a little bit of Nintendo Wii stuff here. I got most of the stuff I want for that system, but the Switch is a cool system to collect for. But, you know, the price tag kind of stays the same on certain games, so just be aware of that. You know, look for deals when they come to GameStop, like the buy two, get two free, things like that. All right, so now I want to switch it up. I want to talk about a current topic I had on the PlayStation Collectors podcast recently. And if you guys haven't seen that video, we had Douglas Bogart on our channel. And we talked about a lot of things when it comes to games, you know, our collections, you know, and mainly one of the topics that stuck with me was the future of games. So I kind of told the guys a story before about my experience with certain games not being finished on disc. And I was telling the story to Douglas on the channel. And he was saying that, yeah, a lot of these games that come out today, you know, AA, you know, AAA titles on disc or physical format, they're not finished. You know, like, we are the beta testers, and that's, you know, that's just the way it's going these days. You know, I guess to an extent that could be all right with some people, you know, but, you know, not me, damn it. You know, because when it gets to a physical format, I expect the game to be done. But if it's digital and they do that, then it's totally fine. I get it. But when a game reaches that physical format, I expect, you know, the game to be at least the original idea of complete. Now, I understand, you know, if a game's complete, it does really well, and the developers want to make some DLC for it. I get that. That's totally fine, you know. But I feel like nowadays it's just that we're not getting to that point where, you know, it's just what you would call a complete product from the original standpoint. So what I want to ask you guys, how do you feel about this? You know, do you feel like you're okay with day one patches on a disc format? You know, are you cool with it on digital? I think I am, personally, because before it gets to disc, you know, if it's all patched up, I'm cool. But are you cool with all these day one patches and things like that? These companies kind of using that stuff as a crutch, because from what I've seen, man, a lot of games just depend on that day one patch. And it's unfortunate, you know, once you get to a physical format that they're still doing that. You know, it's like, it's insane. I hate to keep talking about this, but, you know, I'll never forget my experience playing Daymare 94. You know, I popped the game in. It wants to take a while to get the patch. I just want to play it real fast. And I played the game and realized it has some issues. And there's a certain part of that where the characters are glowing. You know, kind of like that movie, The Cocoon. That's going way back. If you guys ever seen Cocoon, you'll know what I'm talking about. And I played the game for a good portion, and I was like, the characters were still going. It was still very buggy. I was like, wow, I cannot believe they put this on a disc like this. This is crazy. And then when I played the patch version, they fixed most of the issues, but to release a game that broken, you know, without a patch embedded on the disc, it was just like, it's crazy to me, you know. And maybe I'm in the minority thinking like this, but, you know, like I said, I feel like once a game gets put on a disc, you know, that's the patch, the final versions. It should be closer to the final version when it gets to a physical format. This is how it is. That's just how I think it should be. But in saying all this, I'm not trying to like deter you guys from buying like newer physical games. You know, everybody cares about different things when it comes to physical media. What you spend your money on, you know, just make sure it's worth what you want. You know, that's all there is to it. The future of retro gaming, or just physical games in general, it's looking pretty dim, I would say. But that's okay, because I think what's going to happen is when physical media is gone, there's going to be a demand for it to come back. You know, I like what Evercade's doing with their physical media, so I think they'll go on strong. But I think once physical media is out of the picture, like not really being sold at main stores anymore, there'll be a demand for it to come back in the future. You know, I'm not sure how it's going to be, but it'll definitely, you know, come back strong. But we'll see how that turns out. Oh wait, I almost forgot. The game that I picked up from GameStop was WWE 13. But this was a variant, which is the Stone Cold Steve Austin edition. So got this for $7.99, and I looked at on eBay. This thing, people are asking for like $80 for it. So I think I got a score here, and maybe this is a solid game. But you guys let me know what you think. Is this a good game or not? But anyways, guys, I'm gonna leave it there. Thanks for watching. I will be releasing a store video tomorrow on my trip to Columbus, Ohio. I went to a local game store, which is pretty awesome. So definitely look for that. And I will also be showing off my Torg video, some pickups I got from the Torg show recently. But anyways, guys, that's all I got for you, the Radical One, and I will see you all later.